Hello and thank you for joining me on my channel. Today, I'm talking about week 7 results on the carnivore diet. I cannot believe I'm at 7 weeks. It's shocking, and I had to double check to make sure it is week 7. It is 7 weeks. So July 1st is when I started on carnivore. Prior to that, I was keto or ketovore, and I've had some struggles this last week. So I'm just going to share right off the bat. This last week we started school and trying to get into a school routine with my daughters that are both in high school as I homeschool, and it was a struggle. Lots of stress, lots of trying to figure out what goes with what. Them telling me they had all their books and going through the assignments and realizing, no, there are some books that they didn't even get out of the box that their order came in. So I'm wondering if they're actually going to be ready to go to our community day this next Tuesday, but we will find out. So far, everything on that end is doing great. And so this morning, I'm talking about my results. Now, in July, I did a different challenge each week. And for August, I was planning on doing some challenges until this week. I was going to attempt to do a challenge. I was planning on doing an egg fast challenge until I realized I was out of eggs. Then I thought maybe I would do sardines, and I'm like, no, that doesn't feel good. And I'm like, you know what? It has so much going on. Forget about challenges. I need to focus on one thing at a time. Otherwise, I'm going to stress myself out. So no challenges for August other than sticking to carnivore. And I might possibly be transitioning away from dairy just because the last 2 weeks, I haven't really dropped weight. And part of that might be because of the amount of cheese sticks I have been consuming when not that I'm necessarily hungry, but I'm finding myself snacking on them. And I didn't realize it until I went through my food tracking app for the last 2 weeks, and I realized I'm going through a lot more cheese sticks than I have any other week since going carnivore. And I might need to just get rid of the cheese or dairy altogether, which I don't really do a whole lot of dairy other than cooking in butter, but I also have bacon grease, or I can use ghee. So that's something I'm debating on transitioning from, but not necessarily saying I'm going to eliminate it completely. All right, so for this week, I am back down the 1 pound that I gained last week, which I was kind of disappointed that it was only a pound. And as I was waiting, because for tracking my measurements, I use the Me360 app. And so I just take a picture, scan myself forward and on this to the side, and it takes some time to process. And as it was taking time to process is when I was going through my food log, trying to figure out why my scale wasn't really moving. At least it was going in the right direction, but why? And so I was finding out some of these days where I was having close to 3,000 calories or close to 3,000 calories were the days I was snacking on these cheese sticks. I'm like, okay, because I tracked it, I have something to identify there. So I'm going to be taking those cheese sticks out for sure. No more cheese sticks this next week. All right. Now, as the app was going through, when it finished processing, I started going through my measurements. And that is when I got really happy, because last week there wasn't a whole lot of change. But this week, just this last week alone, dropped 3 inches. I am down a total from July 1st, 6.9 inches. Hallelujah. So 3 of that was just in this last week. Otherwise, there was a lot of just a little bit of bouncing around and a little bit here and there. So breakthrough in inches for sure. So now, then I felt so much better about the only losing the 1 pound that I gained last week. So, woo, feel great. Now I'm back to total pounds lost of 9.9. So close to 10. I have a feeling I'll be breaking that this next week. But those are my results. Now, as I was doing these transitions and I was debating on if I was going to do the sardine fast or not, my daughter was hungry. So I wanted to share this. I was planning on uploading this to doing a short because it was hilarious. But I have a struggle with these shorts and figuring out how to post them. So I'm just adding it to my video. I will learn how to do these at some point. I just did not have the time this week. So here I have a short little video of my daughter so hungry that she just gave up. We were out of eggs. She's like, we really need eggs. I'm like, I know we need eggs, but I was going to the store the next day because I had planned on going to town anyway. I'm like, you can get by one day without eggs. So she decided she's going to try sardines. So I cooked them. No, she cooked them. I walked her through the whole process, putting butter in the pan, frying them, chopping them up, and we used some seasoning. And this is her reaction of trying sardines for the first time.
Was that surprising?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it tastes like a form of chicken.
Okay. Did you have the seasoning salt on it?
A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Yeah, it's good.
Disclaimer. Sardines do not taste like chicken. Here's the thing. She's 14, and for years, we've always said there's something wrong with her sense of smell. There are certain smells that she cannot smell, and there's other times I can barely smell something and she thinks the odor is extremely strong. Yeah, so that's probably part of the reason I don't trust her taste buds. Anytime she tastes something, I don't trust them because her nose does not work. Therefore, the linkage to her taste buds can't be right or accurate for me. If you can eat sardines and you think that they taste like chicken, you are lucky because there's no way I would say that they taste like chicken. So later this week, she made sardines again, and I had eggs. And I asked her, why did she make sardines this time? She's like, well, they were really quick. They are. And she's like, they were really filling. Yes, that is correct as well. One small can of sardines was extremely filling. For the most part, it fills you up at least more than it does chicken for me, in my experience. So I just thought it was interesting that after she had it the first time, and she's like, oh, this isn't bad. Why is everyone talking about how horrible sardines taste? Like, well, she honestly says it tastes like chicken to her. So I am probably going to end up going through more sardines these next couple weeks while she is getting things situated with meals and needing that brain fuel, because she even said, she's like, it helped her with concentration. She felt better. She felt full. So that is why she chose to, at breakfast, it was at breakfast that she made sardines later this week. And she chose it because she knew she'd be able to get through her school day and be able to concentrate and be satiated with the sardines. I'm like, it's great for you. I love that. But for her to sit there thinking it tastes like chicken, I wish it tastes like chicken. I wish it tastes like chicken for me. But it does not. Disclaimer, it does not taste like chicken. So I just wanted to share that video, and I'm sure in the next couple weeks I'll learn more about uploading shorts, or someone will reach out to me and say, hey, this is how you can do it. And if you do that, thank you very much. I do appreciate that, because I am so YouTube illiterate, but I appreciate all the views. I appreciate the comments and everyone who's liked and subscribed to my channel and following along. I thank you so much. It is so heartwarming to hear all those comments and knowing how many people are feeling the same way or on this same journey. And I love hearing more about everyone's experiences. So I thank you. Remember, if you find this channel interesting, like and subscribe, help me out, share these videos if you have someone you know that you think would be interested in following along on this journey. Thanks.